Oh, look, it's a melanochrysum. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you are returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. I've been gone for a while, probably about 5 weeks now, but I'm back. You know, sometimes things happen, you get burnt out. I just needed to take a break. I did not intend to be gone as long as I was though. So I'm glad to be back. I'm trying to get back into it. The video that you saw last week was actually about 6 weeks ago. So, I mean, there's been a lot of changes since then and you're gonna be seeing some of those changes going forward. So today I actually have a plan. Today I am gonna go through some of my propagations. I know that I have talked before and you've seen me glance up at them and say, oh, I have to do something with them, and then I never do anything with them. The most I do is I will check them and see if they need some water, but I really do need to do something with some of them. Some of them are getting pretty big, and I kind of need to make room for more stuff to go in there. So what I'm going to do today is we're just going to take a look at some of my propagations and see what it is that I can do with them. So if that is something you're interested in, please stick around. Okay, so what I have here beside me is my propagation bins that I currently have up there, and now they are beside me just so that we can take a little bit of a look and see what it is in here that I can do something with. Another thing that I've been doing recently is, along with combining plants, I've been kind of making arrangements. So trying to put some plants together that I think might grow well together. So this is just my my alocasia black velvet stump, sort of a stump. You can see that it has got a couple of aerial roots, well, that have come out because it is just so humid. And here it is rooted in the bottom despite the fact that I just dropped it. But I guess what I'll have to do is, because it has roots coming off here, maybe I can just chop it. That is an idea. Okay, what else have I got in here? So these ones aren't too bad, I don't think. So this, which I don't remember what this is. I don't remember what this one is. I want to say that it might be a Scindapsus. This is what happens when I don't label things. But I do think it's a Scindapsus of some form. Maybe jade? I don't know. But I'll probably let this one grow a little bit bigger before I do anything with it, just so I can make sure I know what it is. Now this one, we know what this one is, and this is a part of my Scindapsus exotica. So this was just two tiny little wet sticks that, surprisingly enough, grew for me, and considering how long it took me to get that main plant to grow anyway, I'm surprised. So this I will fill that plant with. This right here is a philodendron pink princess. So I'm currently rehabbing a friend of mine's pink princess, and I had cut it back because it had a really bad case of thrips. I cut it right back, and this has grown in the prop box, and then the main portion of it is sitting over on a shelf. So what I will probably do is put this back in with that as well. It's funny, the pink princess was never really a plant that I wanted. And now I kind of have two of them, but it's only because I'm rehabbing them for a friend. So that's what I'll do with that one. Put it back in with the main plant. Now this is taking its own sweet time, and this is a couple tiny propagations, if you can see them in there, I'm not quite sure. Tiny propagations of a philodendron rubrosynctum platinum. So I pretty much lost mine, and I've been trying to save some of it somehow. And this is kind of where we're at. And I'm not going to do anything with this because the root system is so tiny. I'm just gonna leave it in moss, even though it's green. Now this is my jewel orchid. So back to that Coco core thing. The terrariums that I made with my jewel orchid, and then I have another one that's got a philodendron branchianum in it, were coco coir based. There was no soil in there. It was all coco coir. I had cut this, and this is before any of that happened. I did cut this because I just wanted to make it bushier, considering it's in a sealed glass jar. I was actually surprised that it wasn't growing very well. I think what I'll do with that is I will do in a different video, I will clean up my terrariums, and then we can put these ones back in with the mother. But don't they look pretty though? They are so pretty. I don't know if the color based on my lighting shows up. They're very, very pretty. Okay. Now over here, oh, look, it's a melanochrysum. I do have to say though that that is the best I've grown a melano the entire time I've had one. So maybe I'll give this one another shot and put it on a pole again, because it was originally on a pole and that didn't work out so well. But we'll try it again because it's big enough. It's big enough. It doesn't need to be in here now. Now these are my baby Alocasia cuprea corms. Now these grew really, really well in here. And I think what I'm gonna do for these ones, because they grew in perlite, and I'm not sure if you can see the roots in there, I'm gonna put it in pon. It will probably be, it'll be my second Alocasia in pon, because I do have my black velvet in pon as well, my other black velvet. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna put it in pon. And please excuse the state of my nails. One of the reasons why I was not here was because I got my fingers slammed in our garage door. I couldn't touch anything for a good solid 2 weeks without some being seriously uncomfortable. What else do I have? I have, whatever this is dead. I don't know what it was. Oh, nope, no idea. So we will get rid of that. That one is gonna go. Okay, so that freed up quite a bit of room in here, which is awesome. Now in this next bin, I have some anthuriums that I am seriously hoping are gonna be okay. But before we get to those ones, so this right here, those of you that are here know about Baby G and what I have done to her over the years, and I think it's time for Baby G to get her own pot. So the intention was, when I first pulled this one out, it had grown before, and I cut it because there was still enough stem left where I could do that. I cut it and I actually put that piece of this gloriosum. So this was like my original gloriosum that I've had from the get-go, that died and was just the tiniest bit of a wet stick with one tiny node on it. And we've been growing this for years, but I did cut the top of this off and I put it in to kind of my, oh no. And I just realized I'm not wearing my glasses because I just dropped them on the floor. Anyway, I did put the top cut of that into like my gloriosum pot over there. And it's funny because as I look at it, I kind of thought that they were all the same, like regular gloriosums. And I think that one is a round form, which means that I would separate it out because it's different than what's in there. But anyway, so this one we're gonna put in its own pot. Maybe I'll put this one in pon. Since I've got like 3 in the pot behind me, maybe I'll try and put this one in pon and see how that goes. Okay, now this is my philodendron gribbianum. And I know I've got another version of this somewhere. Oh, you know what? No, I don't, because I threw it out. I threw it out because it had thrips, but I had a baby. So this is the gribbianum. So we are gonna put this one as well on a pole and see how it likes it. Now we're getting into some anthuriums. So again, those of you that have been around, you're gonna know that I have talked about my friend Pete and how generous Pete is. So Pete ended up sending me some seeds of a hybrid that he had made himself. So he had hybridized an Anthurium villanorum with a radicans. So this is a Anthurium villanorum crossed with Eradicans. And I didn't even realize that leaf got that big, and it does currently it is growing another leaf. Now, this I will not take out of here. That's gonna stay because we're not done. The thing is though, is that Pete sent me 3 of them. So here is the second one, and there is currently another leaf in there as well that is growing too. So they seem happy so far. And then this one was the runt out of all of them. It was the tiniest one, and just a brief backstory about it. He had put them in the mail. They were in the mail, I think it was for 13 days, 13 or 14 days. And when I opened up the package, they were all still alive. But this one was the tiniest one that was in the package. But still, so it's the runt of the litter, but it's doing really well. There's those 3, and I can't wait until they get another leaf and it's hardened off, and I can actually put them in pots and take them out of here, because I'm so interested to see what they're going to look like as they mature. Okay, and then over here, now this one, this is my Anthurium papicross. Now, I had 3 of these, and this is the only one that has made it so far. The rest have died off, but it does currently have a new leaf. So after this one hardens off, I will be putting this one into a bigger pot and start fertilizing, because none of them are being fertilized right now. Now this one here, oh, this one I've had for a really long time too. This one is an Anthurium crystal dark form and a dark mama. If you can see that in there. Now this is another one, just like Baby G, where I had the tiniest bit of it left. And I had 2 of them. The other one did not make it. And it's been in here for at least a year, maybe even longer. This, I just have to take my glasses off when I'm trying to actually see. So this was a Magnificum crossed with a Ralph Lynam Fort Sherman from North Shore Tropicals. But I can't see, oh yeah, that died. Okay, that one died. That one died. It's dead. Yep, that's gone. That's a goner. Okay. I had 2 of those though, so I'm okay. Now, what is this one? Oh, this one started to give me 2 growth points. Yay. And this is the Anthurium Hoffmanii crossed with a red crystal. So I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it does have 2 new growth points, and it is green, and it is looking happy, and you are going to stay in here, my friend, and hopefully do good things for me. So I was rehabbing quite a few. So this one, which actually also came to me from Pete, this is the Anthurium Tywinsa. This is the Anthurium Tywinsa Velvet. You can see that one right in here. And this one too has got a tiny little growth point growing. So I'll be so happy that this one is saved. That's gonna give me a leaf. I'm so happy about that. What was this one? Oh, okay. This, what I said I had 2. So apparently they didn't like me. This is also a Magnificum crossed with a Ralph Lynam Fort Sherman. But this one is still green. She's still going. And it's a little bit dry. I'm gonna have to water these guys, but now I don't see a growth point off of this one, but it's still green and it's rooted, so fingers crossed for that one. That is everything that is in this tub. I will water those through afterwards. Put my glasses back on. Okay, so out of those tubs then, I've got 2, 4, 6 propagations out of there that I can plant. But I also have propagations that I got from North Shore Tropicals in a propagation mystery box that I have to do something with as well. There is this one here. So again, this was one where I wasn't exactly sure what it was, whether it was a Philodendron Splendid or a Philodendron Gigas, and I don't think it's a Gigas. And Lord help me, I hope it's not a Melano, because we already know how I feel about those. So this one, I need to get on a pole because it is leaning. This one here, which I just realized gave me this leaf that I didn't even notice. And this is a Mag Pappy GY. I don't know what the GY stands for, but that's what this one is. So this is the newest leaf. These are the 2 previous leaves that came on it. I think it's okay to be potted in something else because I don't think I've been fertilizing these little ones, and I would like to start doing that. So we're gonna pot this one up. This one, which I would love to do something with today, but I probably won't because it has a leaf unfurling. So I believe that this is a Philodendron Glorious. I hope so. Again, I hope it's not a Melano, but it was one of those ones where I wasn't exactly sure what it was, because when it comes to these climbing velvety philodendrons, you don't always know what they are in their juvenile form. But because it's got this new little leaf that is unfurling, I am probably not going to touch that one either now that I thought about it. But something does need to happen with it soon, so I do need to do something there. This one here, which also has a new leaf, but I think it's safe enough to pot up. So this was my other Philodendron Majestic. Now with this one, I'm gonna put this one in pon. I really wanna see how the Majestic will do in pon versus being in soil. I do have one in soil already, and there is one currently behind me, which I was going to chop up, but apparently now it seems to be happy. So we're just gonna leave that one alone. So this one I'm gonna put in pon. And then this little guy here, which has a root coming out the bottom now, is my Epipremnum albo. And this needs a stake. I mean, yes, it is still very small right now. Not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this, but this one, I am planning to do a video on my Epipremnums. So maybe I'll save that for that video as well. So that one can continue living where it's living. The whatever this is can continue living where it's living. Everything else is gonna get something done to them. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is, a lot of you already know how this goes. So I think that in order to get all of these taken care of, and not take forever doing it, because I do have a lot of stuff around here that I have to do and that I have to film for, I think that I'm just gonna throw some music over it, and you guys can kind of watch the transformation while doing your own plant chores, or you know, just hanging out and watching how it's done. But especially with the filling of plants, nobody really needs to see that repeatedly. That's just what we're gonna do. So I am going to get all my stuff set up, and then I'm just gonna throw some music over what I'm doing, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show.